want Jake to look at me. I want him to face me.
And ma'am, if you can address the court.
I would like for him to face me, to look at me.
Okay.
And ma'am, if you could speak up as loud as you can, please.
I wanted Jake to face me, to look at me, because I told him that I would be here for his sentencing before he was arrested. I talked to him about, as a friend, to tell me everything, because he didn't give me the opportunity to meet my grandson. He destroyed my whole family. He branded his children for life. He damaged her children, all his children for life. And in doing that, he destroyed my family, my children, everybody in my family. All my children are destroyed by this. He changed my daughter to where we don't know who she is. He never gave me a chance to see my grandchildren. He kept my daughter away. I don't know what he did or how he changed my daughter's life. But she was never that same person after she went to live with him. The only reason Rebecca came back, because in March I had a stroke. And my son got hold of her and told her I was in ICU. That's how I met.
We do have to take a break. Don't worry. We will get you back, and I'm relieved someone is speaking on behalf of this poor baby.
Yeah, we both felt the same way. And police released a photo of key evidence, or a key piece of evidence, in the case against Brian Kohlberger. I'm going to share that with you as well. So keep it here on Court TV, the front row seat to justice.
6-year-old shot his teacher.
Their side battling that it is part of the job. Just outrageous.
The first grader shoots teacher civil trial. Live coverage today on Court TV.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, what actually happened to baby Emmanuel? We'll bring you everything we've learned as the missing 7-month-old's father faces sentencing.
Closing Arguments with Vinny Politan. Tonight at 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
All right, folks, let's head back to court now, where victim impact statements are underway in the sentencing hearing in the murder of baby Emmanuel.
And the infant's maternal grandmother, I guess, was not going to speak, and then said she changed her mind. And boy, is she speaking. Let's go back in to hear more of what she's saying to the court.
Your granddaughter. I didn't even know she existed. I was not aware that she was pregnant with Mackenzie. I was not aware that she was pregnant with Emmanuel. I never met Emmanuel. You know, he deprived everybody. And it has hurt my children because the media has torn all of my children apart, okay? Because they say, Grandma knows, Grandma isn't on it, Grandma doesn't know nothing. If I had known what was going on, I would have take my daughter out of there forcefully, or I would have called the police. My sons would have come and got her, okay? Never did we ever knew anything. If I had known when I called social service when Rebecca moved in, I called social service to let them know that I didn't like him. That because my granddaughter Irene was afraid. She didn't want to be there. She called me and she says, Grandma, I don't want to be there. Okay, so I called social service. I asked social service to give me a report of what had happened, what they found out. Oh no, she's fine. The house is beautiful. They have food in the fridge. That's it. But social service come and told me what he had done to promise his other children. Nothing of this would be here. We wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. My grandchildren, Emmanuel wouldn't be gone. Mackenzie wouldn't have been born. Because he had already done a lot of horrible things to his other children. He branded those children for life. And in the same way, branded all my children too. Because I can't go nowhere without they asking me. Every time I go to the store or somebody recognizes me, they attack me, you know? On social media, everywhere. And that is not my doing. Or my children. This has been horrible for us. I was glad the day that got arrested because I fear for my daughter's life. I fear for everybody.
You know, Grandma's painting an interesting picture, especially in light of the fact that Rebecca still has criminal charges pending, really painting this guy as a monster.
Absolutely, and she can't understand what he did to her daughter, the mother of the baby, to make her so different.
Yeah.
Perfect time to bring in, joining us to discuss, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Josh Colesrud. Of course, good to have you on with us. Josh, it's hard for me to even smile to say thank you for joining because this case is horrific beginning to end. We still don't know where the body is. But what about this grandmother being brave enough? You're supposed to address the court. She started by saying, I want Jake to look at me. I want him to look at me. And she kept saying it until I think they instructed her, you have to look at the court. But the passion she brings, because she didn't even know about baby Emmanuel.
Exactly, and you can't fault a victim or next of kin from wanting to face the perpetrator of your grandchild's demise and death. However, you know, no judge really is going to force a defendant to look at a grandmother in this situation. But like you said earlier as well, I find and found what the grandma had to say very interesting. You know, her daughter still faces murder charges and has pled not guilty. And we may have just seen a preview of what her potential defense is going to be, which is blame everything on the father. You know, she stated that the father, the defendant who's being sentenced right now, corrupted her daughter. You know, this is information that is new to the public, at least. And it may be showing us a window of what's to come.
Yeah, fair enough. And we do know that Jake Haro has a history of this. He put another child in the hospital permanently
with injuries
as a result of abuse. So,
yes.
All right, Josh, stand by. We do need to step aside here for a quick break. When we return, the victim's maternal grandmother wraps up her victim impact statement. So keep it here on Court TV.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Ashley Wilcott.
And I'm Michael Ayala. It is sentencing day for the father in the murder of baby Emmanuel case in California. Jake Haro pleaded guilty last month to killing his 7-month-old son, whose remains still have not been found.
Haro faces 25 years to life. We want to go back inside the courtroom. The victim's maternal grandmother has been making a statement on behalf of Emmanuel, painting this man truly as an evil person. Let's go back in and see what more she has to say.
My daughter didn't have a chance with him, or his children. His children didn't have a second chance. And I think the judge that let him go should be here sitting with him, and so is social service, because they could have told me, oh no, protocol doesn't allow us to tell you anything. Well, how are we supposed to protect our children if we don't know? The court knows what's going on. I didn't know. I called social service. I didn't know what he had done to his other children. And here he sits, you know, like nothing. Somebody will give him another chance. And I don't want that. Because he didn't give his children a chance. He didn't give my daughter a chance to be happy to take care of her children, okay? My 20-year-old granddaughter, my 18-year-old granddaughter are a mess because of him. Mackenzie, it's totally changed, a little baby, a 3-year-old girl that has nothing, okay? I'm very, very stressed out, very angry at the justice system for letting this guy, giving him a chance. Who gave my grandchildren a chance, a second chance? Did CPS check? Why didn't they tell me? Oh, look, this is what that guy does. He takes it out on the children, on the babies. He can't do it to a grown person. He's not man enough to do it to a man, okay? He destroys so many lives. His mom, his brother, everybody, okay? Nobody wants to be here. Nobody wanted to come and look at it. But I had to speak for my grandson and my grandchildren, and for my children too, because they're going through every hell in this world, okay?
Thank you, Mom.
I didn't mourn my grandson that he passed away. We buried him on the 5th of August, and they were saying that, oh, we probably bury Emmanuel in my grandson's, when we bury my grandson, okay? I lost my grandson on the 5th. We buried my grandson on the 5th of August. Then he calls me on the 14th of August and says that Emmanuel is kidnapped. And then my sister passes on the 17th of August. We didn't have a chance to mourn any of my sister, my grandson, my other grandson, none. Because everybody was angry at everybody because how could this happen? Why? I wish you could look at me and tell me why. He was never in my house. He knew I didn't like him. He knew I called social service, and that's why he kept my daughter away. He changed her so she couldn't have no contact with me or his brothers, okay? Had I had not had a stroke, I would have never met Mackenzie or, probably heard it on the news about Emmanuel, okay? So don't blame my children. The media has blamed my children, everybody. The TikTokers, everybody. Grandma Mary knows. I don't know nothing, okay? And I stand here with you, asking you to give him the maximum. Because I don't want him to give him another chance. He didn't give nobody a chance. He had many chances. He had a chance. The judge gave him a second chance. The probation gave him another chance. The CPS, oh, well, no, he's fine. He's got food in the fridge and the house is clean. That doesn't cut it, okay? And that's not fair to the children to let somebody out like that. And I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm just very, very upset and very stressed out.
And ma'am, no need to apologize. This proceeding here is for you to make your impact statement to talk about how the crime has affected you and your family. I do want to lead with, I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for all the hurt that you and your family have gone through.
A lot of hurt.
And I want to thank you for being here today.
I'm here because I'm the only one that wanted to be here because my children don't trust themselves to come in and talk because they're so upset, so angry at this system, what they did. How could they give him a second chance when you see the pictures of the little girl? How? That's beyond me. You know, you get two drunk driving tickets and you go to a slap on the hand, go and do community work, okay? How does that happen, Your Honor? I want to know how did that happen.
Anything else, ma'am?
No. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.